see them. All right. She's making her way to the stage. Michelle Krieber. Vincent, third of all, Michael Beaconfield. Kelly Metzger, and Peter New. Okay, so I guess I just rattled off your names, but could you quickly introduce yourselves, starting with you, Michelle, and maybe give them a snippet of the character or characters that you voiced for My Little Pony?
Hello, I'm Michelle Krieber, and I am the singing voice and speaking voice for Apple Bloom, and also the singing voice for Sweetie Belle. Aren't you going to stay for brunch? I'm Marika. Hello? Oh my gosh. Hello. I'm Marika Hendricks, and I am the voice of Gilda, the Griffin. And I could tell everybody to make like a bee and buzz off!
I am Tim DeVal, and I'm the voice of Fancy Pants, Hoity Toity, and Iron Will. Shazan. How's everybody doing? You ready to rock and roll this weekend a little bit? So I'm Michael Dangerfield, and I am the voice of Braver. Welcome to
Hello everyone, I'm Kelly Metzger, the voice of English Spitfire. What is my line? Oh yeah. That's an Academy record!
Hello everyone, I'm Sam Vincent and I'm the voice of Flim, one half of the Flim Flam Brothers, from the episode Super Speedy Santa Squeezy 6000!
My name is Peter New. Don't remember what my line is either. What is,
It's a solitary line. It's a real hard one.
Yep. I also play Jet Set, who basically speaks this way, and Rarity's father.
Are you gonna eat that? You also play Dr. Monitor and the train conductor, multiple other side voices, but somebody snuck in this room as well.
Who's this?
Who knows? Anyway, Andrea Lehman. Hi, Andrea. Andrea, you play two reasonably well-known characters. Reasonably well-known. Who do you play and what do they sound like?
I play Pinkie Pie. Sorry, wait, I just got off the plane and that kid's right here. And I also play Fluttershy. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry to interrupt.
All right, I'm going to ask only just a couple questions because our time is limited and I want you guys to have a chance to ask all the questions that we can fit into the rest of the time. But really quick, Kelly, this is your first Brony convention, is that correct?
Yes.
I just wanted to get your initial reaction to all of this.
Well, I've been to Burning Man a few times, and it's quite similar to Burning Man, actually, just more glasses.
Peter had a nice pair of glasses there.
I did.
Yeah.
I got these glasses in the dealer hall because I forgot my regular sunglasses in Vancouver because, of course, you don't really need to wear sunglasses in Vancouver. So I forgot mine. Now I have these future sunglasses.
Well, like I said, let's get to it because we've only got so much time. Right over here is a stand. Again, I'd like to repeat, if you have questions for these guys, remember, they cannot answer any questions about material that has not aired yet. It's all sorts of legal nonsense. There will be people in black suits breaking through the ceiling. It'll be terrible. Terrible. Laser.
Has anyone seen Brazil? Because it's going to be just like that.
Okay, so I'm going to hand this microphone over there so we can get to it.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I have a question for.
Hello.
Okay, I have a question for Spitfire. This is also my first pony convention, and I would like to be the first one to ask you this. What did you think when you first heard about the bronies?
Okay, well, one of the first things that came up on Google is a Tumblr they called Spitfire is Sexy. Which I scrolled through until it got too disturbing to stop scrolling. But somehow it was complimented at the same time. But the more that I came in contact with you guys over Twitter and the more I learned about you, the more I just think it's a fabulous community, and I'm really excited to be part of it. And yeah, I think this is really cool, and I hope it grows and grows.
Okay, I got a couple of questions, actually 2 questions. One's for like Pinky/Fluttershy and Iron Will. Number 1 for Pinky/Fluttershy. Did they digitalize your voice when you do the "You broke the pinky promise" quote? And for Iron Will, was your voice inspired by wrestlers like Hulk Hogan and other WWE wrestlers?
Hulk Hogan was inspired by Iron Will. For all of you.
For the past few years, we have seen the brony fandom evolve and grow into numerous thousands of people. Do you think it will continue to grow, or do you think soon after it will just slowly die down?
I think it'll keep growing. I absolutely do. I think season 4 is exciting, and I think you know, it'll keep growing. It'll keep getting new fans all over the world and keep on building. Absolutely.
You also, as the first generation of bronies, you have a responsibility to train your children in the ways. Just like many of us who grew up with Star Wars trained our children in the ways of the Star Wars mythology and all that, you have to do the same thing with, you know, My Little Pony, right? I want to come back here when I'm 80 years old and do my very bad old version of Flim for your grandchildren.
Yes, like I said before, I hope it keeps growing and you guys are the early adopters, and this is a really exciting time for the show. I hope it, yeah.
Oh, hello. Yes, of course it's going to grow. Why wouldn't it? Are you not keeping in touch with each other? Are there groups? I hear there's groups. Well, make sure it keeps going because we're having a blast here. All right? Come on! I didn't want to say this, but this is the last Brony convention. And we're never recording new episodes. Because you people have taken us. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, yes, it's going to be great. And I think everybody to my right is going to say the same thing, so we're going to stop with me on that question. Moving on!
I have a question for Iron Will. Bring it on, brother! I want you to quote Hercules Satan and say, "I'm the world champion of martial arts! Ooh, yeah!"
I could say that. I could say that, but it would be too easy to say that. I'm the world champion of martial arts, yeah. See what I did there? I did something not what you expected. That's what makes me awesome.
For the fans that have not been in every episode, what has been your favorite episode to watch?
You watch all of them, right?
I actually have seen all of them, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I have a 5-year-old and she loves it. That's my excuse. My favorite episode to watch is well, it's every episode that I'm in.
Well, I'm just gonna, I don't even know the name of the episode, but it's the episode where Pinkie Pie has these premonitions, and these premonitions come to her. Yeah, that one, where her nose starts to twitch, or her tail starts to go, and things happen all around her. That was funny for me. That gave me a rib tickle.
I've watched a lot of the first season, but I get distracted by what's in the booth, and when I watch, I can't help but imagine everybody in real life. And when I was recording my episode, Andrea was so hilarious as Pinkie Pie. That was so funny. When you were like freaking out, and I got to see all the takes happen, and she was freaking out in every single take. And you guys only got one to hear one of the takes.
I'm
it was
paying
so funny.
everybody at this end of the table.
Yeah,
It's going to cost me a lot of money. Thanks.
I did see the one that I was in, which I really liked. I thought it was pretty good. Here's Trevor.
A-okay.
I think we're all going to say the same thing. Oh, we're not? Oh, you have an answer. We'll give Marika the mic.
I just like all the episodes. I think they're great.
But mostly mine.
I just like when Britt McKillop sings. That to me is amazing. So.
The episode, what is the episode where they duplicate? Yeah, duplicate. That one is hilarious. I love how they took the old animation Pinkie Pie and they put it in there. I thought that was hilarious. Like those little tricks that animators put in. It's so funny. Can you make a face crazier than this?
Hi. First I want to say this is my first convention, so hi. And I am actually a fan voice actor for most of the Kingdom Hearts Crusaders, and I was wondering if, like, for any other aspiring voice actors out there, if you have any good advice for how to get started or how to work on that kind of stuff, or, yeah.
My advice is to do theater and learn how to act, because a lot of people can do funny voices in their kitchen and for their friends, but what it comes down to is, can you take a piece of material on a piece of paper and make it sound like real life? And people are so brilliant in the studio with text. It always astonishes me, and they're really masters of that. So it's about being a good actor, and then the voices come from there, and the characters that you build from there with your imagination.
I have a similar response, which is essentially put yourself in front of an audience, and work with that audience as a performer. Get yourself, which is essentially theater, the same thing. right? Work with that audience and see what you do that makes the audience respond, and learn your craft that way. Same thing.
See, my problem is that I have to travel with my kitchen when I work now. You see, getting back to her point. You have to be good. You have to be really good. The people that are doing it are really good. The people all on this table, except for me, are all very good, and I look up to them. No, it's true though, and a lot of people that are doing a lot of it have been doing it for a long time, and so you got to make sure you get good training, and like they're saying, do theater, take acting classes, and get it out there. Yeah.
Do you believe in the devil? Because it's quite a common thing for us to sell our souls to the devil. I mean, I gave mine up years ago, and I gotta tell you, it's been fine.
One other thing. Honestly, once you get really, really good and you're a fabulous actor and you've got your chops up, you're going to have to move to a city where you can actually work as a voice actor. And that's just part of being in the business. And I would say that probably LA is the city to be in. That's like the biggest market for people living in the States. So that's something. That's just a practical thing. You're not going to be able to become a working voice actor in your hometown. So that's something. That's just a practical thing. You have to, once you get your skills up.
In your tiny little hometown of Houston.
Well, I mean, there is voice work, throughout the states in different markets. But obviously, being Americans, you would have to probably want to go to LA, maybe New York. And if you somehow convince Canadians to come to our country, you can work in Vancouver too, but so that's just the practical aspect of it too. You got to be in a city where you can actually do the work. So there you go.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
It's working.
All right.
Okay. Speak into the mic.
Of any show you guys have done, is there any one line that you recall that after reading it out loud made you break down laughing?
I have a line that I'm not allowed to say because it's for the Star Wars Lego project. So you're gonna have to watch it on the Cartoon Network. But it is the greatest line I ever had, and I nailed it on the first take, and I'm so proud of it, and I hope they don't cut it or anything bad happens, but it's on the Cartoon Network. It's a Star Wars Lego project. Yoda Chronicles!
Can I just say, your fault. Your fault. I have a quote for you. I have a line for you that is... Oh my God.
Wait, first of all, we're gonna...
That's the creepiest thing I've ever seen right there. Thank you.
We're gonna auction off this ice in 3 hours. So just be there for that.
Ice that touched my horrible saliva.
But to get back on topic, one of my favorite lines, especially in the My Little Pony franchise, is
never apologize when you can criticize.
Okay, I got one. There's a cute school here this afternoon, and every part of my class will be there. I want all of the cutie marks, and I want to get my cutie marks, but I'm no good at selling apples, but I really want my cutie mark. But how can I get my cutie mark if I'm no good at selling apples? But I really want to go to the party, but how can I go to the party? Which my big sister says I'm going to get eventually, but I don't even know what I'm saying. I want it now! Something. I think at least one line in there made sense. I think just one. Yeah.
Craig, first, Ajay, you and I share the same birthday. Weird, yeah. Mr. Lim, Sam, whatever you do. I'm. Yes. Sam.
Oh, yes, that's right. You're like, hey, flimmy, flammy, whatever you are. Yes. You!
Insert Tony here.
Yeah.
Other quick thing. I played the character you're parodying in the Music Man.
Right.
Now my real questions. For Andre. Sorry, but okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I have questions. I'm not allowed to make comments. How did you come with the voice for Pinkie Pie? And the same question for Peter New. How did you come up with the voice for Big Mac?
When I was reading the character description, it just said she was really, really high, really, really fast, and full of lots of energy, and that's just what I came up with. For some reason, they hired me.
Essentially the same story for me. Like I got to the audition and it said he's kind of laconic, but he wants, he's summing up wisdom with a single word. And what do you got with that? So I went into the studio and said, yup. No, I had the line written down. They also had a monologue for me. They said he's going to come back and he's going to have all these monologues. So I had to do this monologue, which has never ever come back. And so I said yup, and they liked it. And that's that's the end of the story.
Maybe Audrey.
Okay, I feel like I'm talking to the speaker. So, have you ever had an instance where you improv or messed up a line and it got left in the final cut, ponies or otherwise?
I told this story at the Early Bird last night, but if you don't mind me sharing it again. I had a line in they were actually making a blooper reel for a DVD. And so we had scripted lines for the blooper reel. And I was supposed to be sort of the MC for the blooper reel. And my line was, "Don't forget to tip your waitress." And I said, "Don't forget to trip your waitress." Did you hear that? Trip your waitress. And the guys on the other side of the glass, the director was like, "Wes," to the engineer, "did you get that?" And he was like, "Of course I got it, because they're amazing at their job." It's in the DVD, they animated it. It's pretty funny. That's the only example I have. It's a pretty good one, though.
I sometimes try. Sorry? What?
Nothing, just
Okay, that's all right. I sometimes try, when I have yup written down in a script, I sometimes try to just say what I think he's thinking and hope that they animate it. So far they just go, "No, Peter, could you just say the line that is in the script, please? Thank you." So far that's all that's happened.
I remember at one session you were like, "Yup," and then our director's just like, "No, it has to be yup."
I think they like to tease me a little bit, actually, because I think Terry Klassen, who directs our sessions, he likes to pretend that I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, Peter, okay, listen, what we're gonna need from you is, you gotta say yeah 3 times in a row, okay? And try to make it sound like he's talking to the other characters in the session, okay?
I've improvised every line I've ever said in every cartoon ever. I disregard the script entirely. I think, I believe my character would say this. And they go, okay. Whatever you want to do, just, okay. Let's just get out of here before lunch.
Next!
Hello.
Hello.
This is my first convention ever, and I'm a really big Pinkie Pie fan. Pinkie Pie say, "Will the real Pinkie Pie please stand up?"
That's okay. Will the real Pinkie Pie please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand
First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for showing up today. Second, being voice actors of such a low age demographic, your names have been immortalized with these characters amongst the fandom. How do you all feel about that?
I feel great about that. Are you kidding? I feel great about it. I think this fandom is so tremendous, and it's such an honor to be a part of it.
It's really nice to be appreciated because typically that only happens on camera, and it's awesome that you guys recognize that what we do is an art, and it can sometimes be hard to do because all we're using is our imagination and our voice. And on to the next person.
Yeah, it's great to be recognized. We're all struggling to do what we want to do, and when you've been chugging along at it for years and people recognize all the effort that you've put in, it's wonderful. This is a great weekend for me to see everyone that appreciates what we've been trying to do for years. So thank you.
Wow, Kelly. That was amazingly sensitive of you. No. I think it's great to be immortalized for something that's positive as opposed to being renowned for something that is, slightly negative.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know.
I don't know, spawn of Satan.
No. It's cartoons are, I'll just briefly say that it doesn't matter wherever you go, the minute you tell somebody that you do cartoon voices for a living, it doesn't matter if they're a border guard or their job is to be serious and their job is to, but the minute you say that, they're just like, oh well, it's like they just like forget that they're actually trying to secure national borders, and they go, oh, I don't suppose you can do that voice, and then you do the voice, oh well, come on in, that's great, So everybody loves cartoons, and it's something that I'm very proud to be a part of, and it's fun to be known for something that brings a lot of joy to people. So yeah, it makes me very happy.
I can't stand being recognized. I've been on the run for 20 years. And every time I try and cross the border, they go, hey, aren't you the voice? And I go, no, I'm a federal tax accountant. You've never heard me. You don't know who I am. And they go, I have never heard you. I do not know who you are. And I cross the border.
That was really suave for a tax accountant. And I was
tax accountant with the force.
I just want to quick say that part of the question was saying that doing voice acting for children's shows, but a lot of you guys have done voices for adult shows, and I'm looking at you, Marika, because you are famously the voice of Remy from Black Lagoon.
Yeah, not so child. This is when somebody will always try and get me to say a line from Black Lagoon. It's not happening. Because there are people here under 18, so it's not happening. Watch it!
Like I said before, this panel's got to be short because they're going to get ready for the concert, so we've only got time for maybe 3 or 4 more questions. I'm sorry, but there is going to be another voice actor panel tomorrow, actually a couple of them tomorrow. So stick around tomorrow, there should be some more time to work with that. So anyway, let's get to the next question.
Hi, before I say anything, I want to say one thing. Pinkie Pie is best pony. But on my real question, this is a question for Andrea Lippman and Living Flam Guy.
Listen, Mr. Pinkie Pie fan with the Rainbow Dash shirt, what the heck's going on over there? Guys? All right. I'm not trying to call you out. Go ahead. What? Yes, I'm ready to answer questions.
The question is, but I have to clear out something first. I was at another convention and I learned from Andrea Lippman that recordings happened in like a big group session in a room. So
you're trying to see if it's true or not?
No,
You want to ask the group?
I'm trying to ask, like, Andrea, what was it like recording with the Flintstone Brothers if you did record with them in that room?
It was awful.
It's horrible.
I still cry at night. Reliving the terrible memories.
You see, the thing is that with so much estrogen going on in that room, the minute two incredibly manly men like myself and Scott McNeil walk in a room, it's overwhelming. It really is.
It is.
Yeah, and it takes a while for them to compose themselves. But actually, I should, since she's right next to me, introduce Ms. Ashley Ball. What's the name? Rainbow Dash and Applejack. Well, we'll ask her what's it like when you've got like a really nice dynamic going on. All the women, you guys are so together. You're in the zone. You have your nice little chitty chatty moments, and then the guys show up. What's that like?
Yeah, you ruin everything, basically. It is, on the most part, all women. Except for Peter, who he's pretty feminine, I don't know. Yeah, it really throws up our mojos, I think. There's a man in the studio. Very, very distracting, for sure. Hi, guys. I snuck in, I'm sorry. Hi, Mike. Let's go get food.
Next question. Hello, everybody.
Hello!
I have one question, and it is for Michelle, but first, beforehand, and I will make it very short, I just wanted to mention...
Okay.
I just wanted to mention that thank you so much for what you guys do. If it weren't for you, I probably would not feel that there was any hopes left in the world with all the negative stuff that goes on. You guys prove that there is still good in this world, and it's just... This guy, but I do know one thing, and that is that angels exist, and the proof is all sitting up there.
Except Trevor, obviously.
Now on to my question for Michelle. Michelle Apple Bloom is best CMC, best everything. I think she is the leader. But outside of the episodes, the CMC anthem is my favorite song of all pony songs, and I was just wondering if any time in the future when you and Claire and everybody maybe perform the song, maybe on one of your albums, maybe live performance, something like that. Maybe right here, right now.
I like that song too. It's very fun to record. Unfortunately, it's we've never really been allowed to sing, songs from the show.
Anybody here working with Hasbro? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know what to say about that. Yes, that's the moose for today. That's the moose. Okay. All right. Anyway, so there's a concert tonight, and I will be performing an hour act, and following my act will be the wonderful Hey Ocean.
Hey Ocean.
I love Hey Ocean's music. It's so great. I have it on my iPhone. Amazing. Anyway,
You
so
can upload it off iTunes. You can buy it here. If you have any money left.
so yeah, definitely come see that. So.
I'm Whitney McClendon, and this is my first convention ever. And I would just like to say that I am a theater major, and I really appreciate what you guys do. In fact, I did one of my final monologues was Pinky's monologue from the first episode, and I got an A on that, so thank you. What was your absolute favorite episode to do?
My only episode.
I love doing Party of One. I got
Just talking to a radish. My favorite episode was the first one I did, which was actually not the first one that my character was in. It was the, I know, right? It was the first Cutie Mark Crusaders episode where Sweetie Belle and Squealer were introduced. And I remember that I had done, sessions before, but I was more doing theater at that point. And so I was so nervous. I went in and I had that massive speech that I just screwed up earlier in this panel, and I was like, how am I supposed to do this? And I was the only kid there. I think Maddie and Claire weren't there that session, so I didn't know if I was gonna not fit in and just be that shy little kid that's just not doing her job right or something. But then the reason it was so special is because the older voice actors, they were so nice, and they sort of brought me into their family of it's really nice to have sort of such a great relationship. Oh yeah, okay, good, thank you. No, another 20 please. Thanks. Good. But yeah, that was my favorite episode to record.
My favorite episode is when Stewie and Brian go off to find... Oh, wait a minute. We're talking about My Little Pony, right? I don't know. I don't watch the show, whatever.
Probably the one that I was in, but I will say it is a lot of fun to work with these folks. Can you imagine what it's like? We giggle between takes, we get silly, we do great writing, it's fantastic. And
I love My Little Pony because, like you were saying before, this is a show where there's a lot of women characters or girl characters. And most cartoons have a lot of men, so it's always exciting when there's more women characters. Because they're better behaved. The men fart in the studio. They're really stinky. They do. You walk in after a break and it's like, this studio stinks.
it might trail in with us, but we don't actually do it in the booth.
My favorite episode is every episode that I'm in, because it's really fun to say that I grew up and became a pony. So I was very excited to get even a small part on this show, because that was like, when I grow up I want to become a pony. It happened.
I think my favorite episode was the one where Peter actually says more than one line. The romance between Cheerly, right? Okay, because I do actually watch a lot of the episodes because I find it really entertaining, and yeah, I really like that one. That's all.
My favorite episode is coming up where Flynn gets his wings. Yeah, look out for it. It's coming up in the next season. Ooh.
My favorite one to do, I was going to say the same episode, my favorite one to do was the Schmoopy-Doo episode. Mostly because it was, the way that the studio is kind of like a horseshoe shape with the stands, and I was looking across the room at Nicole Oliver, who was playing Mrs. Cheerly, obviously, and the two of us could, there were moments where we had to deliberately not look at each other because it was so absurd. So that was a lot of fun.
I really like the pet one too, the one where a Rainbow Dash finds her pet.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, that's one. I like that one.
I like that one.
Thank y'all for coming and welcome to Texas.
Hello, my name is Jason. I'm from Dallas.
Hi, Jason.
Hello, Jason from Dallas.
I didn't have much time to think of a good question, so I just ran up here as nothing on my mind. But I did think of something, and that is, what are your guys' opinion on the Fighting is Magic game?
Well, I think a lot of them, like with fan projects, they're not really actually legally allowed to really look at them or have opinions on them because it's like a copyright issue. I think.
I'm not legally allowed to have an opinion.
No, at one point they tried letting Trevor have an opinion.
Well, Trevor likes to try to have an opinion despite the law.
It was dangerous.
But that's his relationship with Satan for you.
But I like your hat.
And I like Doctor Who brony crossover shirts. They're awesome.
Okay, guys. Like I said, we had to cut this short so that we can let Hey Ocean get ready for their concert. Amazing.
Thanks for nothing, Ashley.
Remember, there are going to be more panels with voice actors tomorrow, so that if you did not get your question answered, you will have a chance to.
More panels with voice actors tomorrow!
Tomorrow! And then Sunday.
And Sunday! In a big pit of mud. You'll buy the whole suite, but you'll only need the edge.
Thanks, guys.
So, if you guys could calmly and efficiently exit the room so they can start moving around for the concert and then come back for the concert.
Thank you.
See you guys.